You don't really need a sport bike, do you? Aside from the percentage among you that actually regularly go to the track, most riders won't reap the benefits of a fully fared crotch rocket with racing ergonomics. Don't get me wrong though, you can still totally buy yourself a sport bike if you really wanted to. Heck, ride whatever kind of bike you want, broski. Kahit mag-GS ka pa araw-araw, kahit dyan ka lang sa loob ng village nyo. But if you want the most practical, versatile, and enjoyable experience when it comes to riding a big bike on a daily basis, naked bikes are the way to go. To help convince you, I've put together 3 reasons why naked bikes are the optimal choice for your average big bike rider, and 1 reason why you might not want one. Still with me? Tara, game. Comfort. As someone who has spent countless hours stuck in traffic on a variety of motorcycles, I think I know a thing or two about discomfort on a bike. On a sport bike, for example, you're typically crunched into an odd body position that could only otherwise occur in bed, with nearly all of your joints bent in some weird way. Of course, this position has a purpose. It sets you up to be ergonomically and aerodynamically optimal for high-speed handling and butt shifting. But it also means your lower back and wrists will make you feel much older than you really are. On a naked bike, however, the handlebar is taller, wider, and further away from you, closer to riding a bicycle than holding on for dear life. The foot pegs are lower and positioned more to the middle, instead of being as close to your butt as humanly possible. With this less severe riding position, you'll be much more comfortable on your daily rides, and the reduced strain means mas kakayanin ng katawan mo mag-long ride, as long as kaya pa ng wallet mo. Let's use the Suzuki GSX S1000 as an example. You better get used to me using this bike as an example, by the way, kasi ito talaga review bike ko as of the time na sinulat ko tong video script. As per the motorcycle ergonomics simulator I'm showing on screen right now, it has a fairly neutral and low-stress riding position, especially when compared to an equivalent sport bike, the GSX R1000. I could pinpoint all of the numerical differences of the body position values of both bikes for a super scientific approach. Or you could just take a look at how a virtual rider looks on either bike, and I doubt na mahihirapan ka pa mag-decide kung kaninong likod mas masakit. On the racetrack, comfort is the least of a rider's worries. But out on the street, where most riders will spend the majority of their time, every little bit of comfort helps when you've been in the saddle for hours. Usability. Let's say your average 4-cylinder 1000cc superbike puts down about 200 horsepower. Very meaty, isn't it? Now take that engine, take a small chunk of that power away, and instead invest that engineering into making things smoother, more efficient, and easier to handle. What do you get? Most of the performance of a superbike in a package that you can actually use outside of a racetrack. In the case of the GSX S1000, we get to play around with the K5 generation GSX R1000 engine. In GSX S Tune, this mill makes about 150 horsepower, which is still more than some cars put out. With that amount of power, I am capable of overtaking literally anything else out on the road, save for other leader bikes with ballsier riders. Since you will, hopefully, be riding responsibly on public roads anyway, you won't be reaching the top potential of your engine, whether on a sport bike or a naked bike. So smoothness and usability matters a whole lot more than the absolute peak of your engine's power, which you'll probably only ever experience like 10% of the time. And when it's time to hit the track, naked bikes can definitely hold their own, as these motorcycles are definitely engineered and designed with occasional track use in mind. In fact, whole racing classes are dedicated to fairing-less machines. There's a reason why manufacturers pump out track-oriented versions of their naked bikes, like the Ducati Monster SP, Yamaha MT-10 SP, or the Aprilia Tuono 1100 factory. And it's precisely because these bikes are nearly as formidable on the track as their pointier siblings. Case in point, the GSX S1000. It's agile, powerful, and eager to turn into a corner, just like a sport bike. Though, unlike a sport bike, its wide handlebar makes it easier to perform low-speed maneuvers like making seeing it. Price. While many modern sport bikes lend their engines, as well as other components, to their naked counterparts, their price tags are still worlds apart. Take the Yamaha MT-10 SP and R1M siblings for example. They both utilize the same 998cc DOHC liquid-cooled 16-valve inline-4 engine with a crossplane crank, the same delta box frame, the same adjustable KYB inverted fork, and most of the same electronics. But they carry a 590,000 peso difference in price, which is more than enough for a brand new 2022 XSR 700. The same price difference can be observed in other brands too. The price difference between a Ducati Panigale V4S and a Street Fighter V4S can buy you a Scrambler 62 and a sweet Dainese leather jacket. Meanwhile, the difference between a Honda CBR 1000 RR-R Fireblade SP and a CB1000R can get you an entire Honda 3-bike garage, composed of a CBR 650R, XR150L, and a Beat Premium, with enough money left over to buy a helmet and gloves. What do you say for opting for a Suzuki GSX S1000 over the GSX R1000? Can get your racing career started with a Raider R150 Fi, a one-piece racing suit, race boots, a carbon fiber helmet, race gloves, and a bag for all of your race gear, plus some cash left over for tires. The savings don't stop at the initial purchase cost either, as naked bikes, even those with superbike-derived engines, are tuned in such a way that they're a bit more fuel efficient than their racier siblings, making it slightly more affordable to keep their tanks filled on a daily basis. Ready to cancel your order for a superbike? Let me give you one reason why you shouldn't. Lack of specialization. They say a jack of all trades is better than a master of one. But if your specific motorcycle use case has you leaning heavily towards a specific kind of riding, whether it be riding hard on track, testing your skills off-road, pushing your endurance in a long-distance touring setup, or some other regard, a well-rounded naked bike isn't gonna cut it for your specialized needs. While a naked bike can get around a corner quickly, a sport bike is gonna be that much sharper. A naked bike can take on very light off-road sections, but an adventure bike can actually shrug off serious terrain and jumps with ease. You can load up a naked bike with side cases and slap a gel seat pad on it, but a dedicated touring bike will carry more stuff more efficiently and will be easier on your butt too. Some naked bikes come with smart clutch systems and low RPM assist features and a bunch of other neat doodads that make riding easier, but nothing beats the ease of just twisting a scooter's throttle and going. While a naked bike can adequately meet a lot of riding applications, getting a bike that fits your exacting needs makes more sense when you only want the motorcycle for one specific thing. Long story short, if your riding is a little bit of everything, get a naked bike. If you spend most of your riding time in a specialized category, get a bike for that purpose. Simple, no? But if by this point, you still haven't considered trying naked bikes out, I don't know what else to tell you about it. Do you believe in naked bike supremacy? Ibang klaseng bike ba trip mo? Iba ba naiisip mo whenever you hear the word naked? Hit us up in the comments. This has been another episode of Mattsplainin. Thanks for watching.